On our previous video, we discussed the sweat-proof undershirts. This is ziko hapa. A pair goes for 2,200. I gave a description and my review on it because I have a pair and I wore that pair so that I can share my reviews with the Sweat family, which I did. Videos are available on Instagram, on our Facebook page as well. Welcome to the Sweatwationship, and let us continue on what's inside this box. And without further ado, let's do this. Welcome back. My name is Martin, the founder of HYPERHIDROSIS Awareness Kenya. So we are continuing with what's inside the box. We tackled the sweatproof t-shirts, and if you have any question about these t-shirts, please feel free and don't hesitate to ask a question. Drop pale kwa comment section below, or you can shoot a question across our social media handles and we will respond to your question. So moving on, a few years back we used to avail Zero Sweat. We used to ship in Zero Sweat as part of our topical treatments. That is the level 1 treatment. However, we discontinued the supply of Zero Sweat after they shipped in empty bottles for us on 2 occasions. Imagine, empty bottles, ikaniingisha kwa shida. With the first client was very understanding because she had bought before from HAK. And at the time I thought maybe there was an issue with the courier service. However, it was the rather unfortunate truth. Zero Sweat shipped in an empty bottle. The next client, however, wasn't as understanding as the first one. I was accused, I was called a scam, I was called the devil, I was called anything you can think of. And I mean, it's part of the process. I've been called worse throughout the period of advocacy, and we reached out to Zero Sweat and they took 2 months, almost 3 months to respond. You know, I have to make a decision that is favorable for HYPERHIDROSIS Awareness family, the HYPERHIDROSIS family, because we are looking for solutions every day and we want solutions which are long-term and sustainable. Zero Sweat was a great option as a PM application, antiperspirant. However, as the founder, I just had to ask myself a very simple question. If, excuse me, if they're shipping empty bottles now with the small quantities that we are buying, what will happen if I was to buy in bulk? Boy, imagine nimenunua bulk shipment and then unapata like half of it is empty. Someone just shipping empty bottles. You know, I had to think in those lines, you know. And I know some clients were very disappointed, especially the clients who were used to Zero Sweat, or rather preferred Zero Sweat. However, I had to explain to them why. And they've been asking if will HAK have a replacement for what we used to have prior, that is Zero Sweat? Well, yes we did, because some few years back we also introduced SweatBlock, but the PM version. We've been bringing SweatBlock for hands and feet and SweatBlock Clinical Protection, which there's a section, a percentage that goes for SweatBlock, the clinical protection. And there was a time I introduced the PM version for SweatBlock, but only specific clients were going for it. And so I said, hey, why not introduce it again? Because they have, you know, with SweatBlock and all these other topical treatment brands, what they do, they always take their time to improve on their topical treatments, their brands. And that is the case also with SweatBlock. So the replacement is right here. Ready? It's the replacement. So we have SweatBlock Maximum Clinical Protection, dry boost. Inatoshana hivyo vile unaona. The bottle is inside. This is just the packaging. This is a PM version antiperspirant. This is for night application only. And the instructions, or rather the directions, are indicated at the back. And I will always advise all our clients, if you're going to buy any topical treatment, always read the directions on how to apply. If you want to get the best results out of the topical treatment, read the directions. If you skip, you'll make mistakes. You'll not apply it properly. And if you don't watch the videos, the video links that are being sent to you on how to properly apply an antiperspirant, you will continue making mistakes, and then you're going to blame the antiperspirant. But antiperspirant yenyewe ina function and it works well. So always read the instructions and watch the videos on how to apply. SweatBlock right here. This is the replacement for Zero Sweat. The active ingredient percentage is 15% of aluminum chloride. 15%. Zero Sweat was also 15%. I think 15 or 12%. This one is 15. A very good replacement. Inakuja ikiwa vizuri. Ni wewe mwenyewe, you'll be the one to break the seal and remove, because right now I can't. If I break the seal, this one cannot be sold. So we have SweatBlock Clinical Protection right here. It's a roll-on, liquid roll-on, and the active ingredient percentage is 15% of aluminum chloride. Imekuwa indicated hapa chini, na ukiangalia huko nyuma pia kwa directions is also indicated. So we have three packs of SweatBlock available, 3 PM version. So when walikuwa natumia Zero Sweat before, you can give this a try and then you share your reviews. At the end of the day, with topical treatments, you have to try them to know whether they work, and effectiveness depends on your body chemistry. Yeah, our body chemistries are different. Kuna mwenye akipaka hii, it can work immediately, mwingine it will take a few hours, another one after 5 days, but at the end of the day, it does work. Also, you have to observe your other triggers, like the weather. You cannot control the weather. That's a trigger which is beyond your control, but you have other triggers which are within your control, and it's up to you to figure out how to deal with it. For instance, situational anxiety cuts across all of us. We face it. Hakuna mtu mwenye anaweza escape. Hata mimi mwenyewe, I do also face situational anxiety. However, with time and over the years, I've also learned how to cope. This is why coping mechanisms are very important. For instance, if I'm using public service vehicles, I have to make sure that I'm sitting next to the window or the vehicle is more and well ventilated. For me, I think the best option would be to take the front seat next to the driver. Or if you're going to sit, the place you're going to choose, just make sure you're closer to the window, or you're seated next to someone who they don't have the phobia of opening up windows, or those who don't complain of chest issues, because I've never understood why people get inside a PSV and they don't open windows. It's crazy. So yes, available at HAK for 3,500. Yes, 3,500. And this one you don't have to apply daily. So get this. And we are going to also bring in the clinical protection. It's currently out of stock, but we are restocking it very soon. We'll update you when it's available. You have any question on SweatBlock or Zero Sweat, feel free to reach out and don't hesitate to ask. So I'll see you guys in the next video, still talking about what's inside the box and everything else that you see around me. Until next time, sweat without shame.